Chapter 3. Someone knocked on my door, waking me up from my reverie. "Come in," I called, still looking outside. The door opened slowly and my mom's head popped inside. She looked concerned and worried. She came in and obviously, she changed into something more comfortable. Her hair was in a messy bun and she wore a white loose shirt and gray sweats. "Honey, you okay?" "Yeah, I'm just mad at Dad." I sighed. "You have every right to be. I can't believe you married a skunk." My mother spat and shivered in disgust. "I can't believe he chose her over his own daughter." I stayed quiet the whole time my mom ranted about the reasons she divorced him. He was selfish. He wanted things to go his way. Gosh, when is he ever going to learn? My mom just kept going on until I got up and started unpacking my clothes. She watched me curiously and started helping me unpack my stuff. It was silent and I appreciated it. I didn't feel like talking about my dad anymore. What's done is done. By the time I was halfway done, my right shoulder started aching. I winced and started rolling it. I rubbed it, but it did nothing to help my burning shoulder. My mom noticed and she looked at me worried. She bit her lip. "What's wrong?" she asked. "Nothing big. It's been happening for a week." I rubbed my shoulder, wincing. I closed my eyes and counted to 10, trying to calm myself down. "It's probably because I'm tired. I think my mom stopped herself mid-sentence and looked scared for a moment. I looked at her curiously. She bit her lip again and she looked off into space. How that seemed to jolt her out of whatever she was thinking. "Gosh, what is wrong? Weird things just keep happening." "Mom, are you alright?" "Yeah, it's probably because you're tired. I mean, you've been stressed. You've been through a lot," she said nervously. I looked at her suspiciously and she sighed. "Honey, you do realize I'm sorry, you don't deserve any of this." "Mom, it's not your fault. Trust me. I'm with you now and I couldn't wish for anything else." I hugged her as she began to cry. "I feel like a horrible parent. I mean, my daughter is not happy." "What's wrong with me?" she said, upset. She wiped her tears away. I felt a pang in my chest. She thought this was her fault. "Let me make it up to you. Spot a Saturday." "Mom, it's not your fault. And I'd love to." I sighed and hugged her once more. She looked excited and I smiled. I miss these moments with my mom. The moments where it was just the two of us, either shopping, relaxing, getting our nails done or just talking. She always found a way to make my day. That way, the aching in your shoulder would go away. She winked. "And you look like crap," she said, her face scrunching up. "And you stink too. You really need to take a bath." "Gee, thanks Mom. I love you too," I said sarcastically. "Anyways, what did Dad say to you?" "He didn't say anything. He was a chicken." My mom rolled her eyes. "I did most of the talking. I told him that you needed space. I also said some violent things, but you don't need to hear those things," she said proudly. She didn't like it when someone messes with her or her kids. When she gets mad, she gets mad. Never get on my mom's bad side, just saying. "So, how's you and Chase?" I broke down. I couldn't take it anymore. Holding back my tears was too hard. My heart was aching some more. My mother looked at me curiously while she held my hand. She looked sorry for me. She probably thought I only missed him. To tell you the truth, I do miss him and I hate myself for that. "He cheated on me," I said between sobs. My mom gasped and embraced me in a motherly hug. "W with Ollie." "What?" she said angrily. Her eyes narrowing and she looked like she was going to kill someone pretty soon. "I swear, when I see those two, I'm going to." "Mom, forget about it. They're nothing to me anymore. Since I'm here, I'm going to leave the past behind and start fresh." I interrupted, putting on a fake smile. "I'm going to take a shower since I stink," I said, emphasizing the last two words. She laughed and I smiled. I loved my mom's laugh. It made me happy to know I made her happy. "Do you have some Epsom salt? My shoulder is really hurting." I started rubbing my shoulder again, wincing when the pain intensified. "Yeah, it's in your bathroom drawer." "Okay, thanks." I started walking to my bathroom. "Good night, Mom. I love you. Thanks for everything." I could tell she smiled even if I wasn't looking at her. I could feel the happiness radiating off of her. "Good night, Danny." "No problem, sweetheart," she said softly. "By the way, you start school in 2 days." Great, I thought. Here comes the torture. Sorry if it was boring. I just needed to fill you guys in with some information. Next chapter will be longer and much more interesting. I promise. Love you guys. Preview of. I walked to the hallway looking for Class 832. I was getting impatient. I'm going to be late for my first class on my first day, I thought. My teacher is going to think I'm one of the people who think they're badass. I rolled my eyes. Teachers were so judgmental. Oh well, it's not my fault the classroom numbers were faded and so hard to read. I was busy trying to decipher the classroom numbers that I accidentally bumped into someone hard. I stumbled back a bit from the impact, but luckily I caught myself before I fell. "Oh gosh, I'm so sorry," I said scared. What if this person killed me? This school scared the shit out of me already. I looked up at a tall, muscular guy who looked about my age. He had jet black hair and blue eyes. He was really hot and good looking. He was scowling until he looked into my eyes. The whole world seemed to stop for a moment. It felt like we were the only two in the hallway. My heart skipped multiple beats and I saw something in those blue eyes. It was as if I was looking at the scene all by myself. It was a gray wolf and he looked as if he found something he has been searching for his whole life. For some reason it made my heart swell up.